Alright, you scum, suit up! Alright then, I'm going to start off with a general HvZ advice video to cover all the things that really apply to all of the loadouts so that I don't have to reiterate it on every single one of them. Similar to the primer, you should probably watch this one. This will be good for those of you that have never done an HvZ before, or who have done them but felt that you did them poorly and would like some advice. Especially useful for those of you who have done Nerf Wars, but never HvZ, because it's a very different beast. I know your first question, what should I wear? Something comfortable. It's going to be a long day for some of these big HvZs. You're going to be on the move all day long, and the last thing you want is for your pants to be the thing that is giving you grief at the end of the day. So, something comfortable. Take into account where you're going to be nerfing. I have done HvZ in the snow, I've done it in the rain, and I've done it in 95 degrees with 95% humidity. Ugh. As Corporal Nikon is fond of saying, I ain't been properly warm since Georgia. So if you're going to be somewhere cold, I highly recommend layers, because getting hypothermia is stupid. And if you're going to be somewhere warm, I would recommend shorts and a t-shirt. Auxiliary merch available. Links in the description. Oh, I see you checking out them calves. Oh, you wish you had them calves. And if you're going to be somewhere damp, like it is here in the Pacific Northwest, I would recommend a poncho. In fact, I recommend wearing one of these just all of the time because this is the very height of fashion. Be prepared for the weather is what I'm saying. If weather is not a serious concern, then I recommend cargo pants! The more pockets, the better. This pair of pants has so many pockets, I'm pretty sure I still haven't found them all. There are pockets in the pockets. It has Molly built into the pants! It's magnificent. You don't have to go with black. You can go with something that doesn't, soak up the rays of the cursed day star. Something khaki, maybe, or a nice green tone if you're more of an autumn person. Let's talk about shoes. If you're going to be one of the units that are going to be doing a lot of running, either starting out as a zombie or feral or recon or hunter, I would recommend a good pair of running shoes or tennis shoes, like these. I don't actually own tennis shoes or jogging shoes. Do I look like a jogger to you? Or someone who plays tennis? Service! Incoming! If you're not going to be doing a lot of running, then I recommend boots. The kind that were made for walking. Get yourself a good, comfortable pair of fairly high boots. You might want to get some insoles, get yourself some Dr. Scholl's up in there, because again, you're going to be wearing them all day and you don't want your feet hurting 4 hours into a 12-hour game. I recommend boots for the simple reason that they give you ankle support. Nothing's going to ruin your HvZ faster than twisting an ankle, breaking an ankle, what have you. Boots naturally give you a little bit more protection and support against that. So, boots. There's a reason armies wear them. While we're on the subject of taking care of your joints, I'm going to recommend a knee pad. Oddly enough, yes, just the one. You can wear two if you like, but I recommend at least the one because it's part of the auxiliary order of battle that if you're holding a position and you need to reload, that you take a knee as you do so, or if you're clearing a jam or whatever, in order to clear the line of fire of whoever's now covering your sector, your fire team partner. And then once you are back up and running, you get back up and you say up. And you may be doing this in a asphalt parking lot or a cement ground or on gravel or something. So having a knee pad to allow you to do that, definitely a good idea, especially if you're in shorts. Running people, those ones you might not want to. You're also less likely to be holding a line of battle, especially like zombies. Those you're obviously not going to be taking a knee to reload, but you might be doing more sliding and jumping about than you think. And knee pads are not a bad idea. Just a recommendation, but definitely for like infantry and heavies, you should probably have at least a knee pad. I go with full shin guards because they make me feel safe. Another important piece of safety equipment that's not always required, but really should be, is Eye Pro. I favor mesh eye pro because I will fog up any other kind of glasses I ever try to use. Yes, I have used that kind. Yes, it fogged. Why, what do you know? I have used that miracle cure for defogging your glasses. Didn't work! I have yet to meet a pair of glasses that can stand up to my humid, sweaty eyeballs. But if you're not the type of person who instantly fogs glasses, look, they've already fogged. Fancy that. you can go with something like this. Most events aren't going to allow a full face mask because they want to know who people are. Having, a mask on tends to make people do stupid things. Another piece of general equipment that I recommend everybody have in some form is a flashlight. This is actually a UV flashlight, which I don't know how well it's showing up for you guys, but it will make some Nerf dart heads phosphoresce, which makes them real easy to find in the dark. Megas, Elites, most waffle heads, men guns, AccuFakes. It really lights up the AccuStrike darts. Don't know what's up with the foam on those. Glow in the dark, it does wonderful things to glow in the dark rounds. But some kind of a flashlight, because often these games will go until dark and then we have to pick up darts, and if you have either a regular flashlight or a UV flashlight, it makes it much easier to find. So, carry one of those. Obviously most of us have a flashlight on our phone, but by the end of the day, your phone might be getting kind of low. So having a dedicated flashlight, much better. I also recommend that everybody have a screwdriver in case they need to open a battery door or fix a thing. Train! A general word of advice when it comes to tactical gear, whether you're having a full vest or just a battle belt or pockets or whatever, make sure your gear is extremely secure, because again, you're going to be doing a lot of running, a lot of jumping, a possible amount of tumbling, and you don't want to lose your sidearm or lose your magazines or lose your phone or anything else for that matter, have your blaster fall off. Make sure it's well and thoroughly secured and that you can run with it. That's an important aspect of equipment, is actually drill with your equipment. Don't just buy it on Amazon, put it on, and then never use it until the first day of the event and then discover, I can't actually use this, I can't run, I can't move, I can't. Actually take it out and practice with it, drill with it. Practice switching magazines, practice unholstering and holstering, practice switching weapons, practice all of that. Actually drill with your equipment so that you are familiar with how it works. Another piece of equipment that I recommend everybody have, no matter what your role, whether you are combat role, non-combat role, and even zombies, I would recommend having a dump pouch for picking up ammo. Because in a lot of the games that I've played, zombies, when you're tagged, you're expected to pick up ammo. Not all games do it that way, but it's a good idea to just pick up ammo as you go, and then you can just dump it at the end of the game. And if you're a zombie that's tagged and have nothing better to do, pick up some ammo. It's going to be lying about. It also keeps the humans from picking it up and shooting it at you again. Ha 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 ha. Ammo attrition is a very real and terrible thing. It also gives you a place to carry MacGuffins, empty magazines, water bottles. It's just a really useful thing to have. If you don't have cargo pants and have your dump pouches built into your pants, it's a good idea to have one. So I would highly recommend everybody have a dump pouch of some kind, or a backpack, or something akin that allows you to carry stuff. And good ones will have a drawstring that will keep stuff from bouncing out, like your water bottle, stuff like that. So they're cheap. You can get them online. Get yourself one. All right, now on to the really important ones. With the dump pouch, I mentioned a water bottle, and by golly, you need to be carrying water. And how you choose to do that is up to you. Might I recommend a Camelback? They're lovely. They can hold any fair amounts of water, 1 liter, 2 liter, probably. Convenient drinking hose. Doesn't require you to take out a bottle and twist it open, all of that. It's not going to fall out. It's convenient. Good for the runners, good for the heavies, good for everybody. Camelback, lovely. Alternatively, a bottle of water. A sports drink bottle full of water. One of those fancy spring-loaded self-sealing water bottles with a Batman logo on it. I don't know where it went. It disappeared. Perhaps a camp shower that your squire carries around behind you and constantly moistens you for the whole event. The point is stay hydrated. Whether you're a hydrate or dihydrate or a hail hydrate type person or a drink if you got it, drink whenever you have an opportunity to. When the column stops, take a sip of water. When the battle line forms, but before you get engaged, take a sip of water. If you move back into the center of the column to reload or refit or clear a gem, whatever, while you got the opportunity, take a drink of water. You are useless if you end up giving yourself heat stroke or severe dehydration or are just too parched to think. You'd be amazed how much being thirsty affects your ability to function. So take a drink of water whenever you get the opportunity. If an auxiliary water bearer comes up and offers you water, you drink. Auxiliary and crew are allowed to refuse water from a water bearer once during an event, and only once. And it better be a real good reason. Like, You're currently taking the water bottle out of your mouth and a water bearer comes up and offers you a drink. Sure. But otherwise, you wet your whistle. Take a sip, take something. Just stay hydrated because it's very, very important. Now when you sweat, you don't just lose water, you also lose salts and electrolytes. So it's important to have some form of salt or electrolyte available to replenish those stocks. And that can come in the form of a sports drink. In fact, you could then later use this sports drink bottle to put water in, as we saw earlier. They could be the same one. You don't know what order I did this in. I might drink this bottle and then put water in it and film this out of order. Ha-ha! They could be the same one. They're not. This one is in fact Mountain Berry Blast, while the other one was a white cherry. Salty chips. Salty chips are a great option. Not only do they keep you from getting hungry, they give you the salts. Pickles. When you start getting dehydrated, pickles will be the most delicious thing you have ever had in your life. You may hate pickles. You may have never liked pickles. You could be allergic to pickles. If you're dehydrated and someone offers you a pickle, your brain will go, eat the pickle. And you should continue to eat the pickle until you no longer desire to eat the pickles. These pickles were in my fridge when I moved in. These are a dead woman's pickles. Speaking of sweat, I recommend having something to keep the sweat out of your eyes because that can get blinding and irritating quick. Some recommendation. A skull cap. Yar. A patrol cap. A boonie cap. A boonie cap with the sides flipped up. An auxiliary beanie, available in the links below. A t-shirt worn like this, which I think looks strangely like a pharaoh's headdress. Auxiliary merch in the links below! A shamag. I don't actually recommend the wig. They don't breathe well. A babushka. Z-maker, make me a Z. Give me some brains from someone's head. Another piece of equipment that absolutely every combatant person should have is socks. You don't have to go full sock ninja, but everybody should be carrying at least a sock because every game that I've ever played at allows them, and in most games they are capable of taking out super zombies. PSU actually has Mission 1 socks only, or throwing weapons only. They do allow other options of throwing weapons, but you can only use thrown weapons in Mission 1, and since End War 2020 is going to be at PSU, it's probably going to have the same rules. So you're definitely going to want to have socks or some other throwable, which might include demolisher rockets, reactor balls, foam grenade, a foam heart, a foam brain. I used to work in a hospital. Hey, zombie, see the brain? See the brain? Go get the brain! Stupid zombie. Some games also allow some manner of stuffed animals. No penis monkeys. Those days are behind us. The last thing I'm going to recommend for all players is to come with the right attitude. HvZ is a lot of fun. It is a game and it should be fun. But coming in with the right attitude and the right expectations is very, very important. If you set your goal to survive all the way to the end as a human, and you then don't, then you're going to feel disappointed. If you instead simply set your goal to survive as long as you possibly can, then no matter how long you survive, you succeeded. And the same with being a zombie. If you set your goal as I want to tag 10 humans and you aren't able to, then you're going to feel a little bit let down. Whereas if you set your goal at I want to tag as many humans as I can, then no matter how many you get, you've succeeded. It's important to remember that getting turned into a zombie, getting tagged, doesn't mean you've lost. You've simply switched teams. And oftentimes, you've joined the winning team, because an awful lot of HvZs don't have a human win condition. It isn't possible for the humans to win. It is only a game of seeing how long you can survive and who can be the last human standing. A lot of them, the final mission is a last stand against an endless wave of zombies, and there is no end. It just keeps going until all the humans get tagged. And you could argue that if you made it to that last stand, you won as a human. Getting to the last stand is a human win, or as a win as a human. because there isn't actually a victory condition. Other times there will be. There will be some series of complicated missions and quests and whatnot, and if you manage to complete them all, or you complete enough of them, then there is a way that the humans can actually win and end the plague or escape. I've had ones where it's a last stand, but you only have to last for 15 minutes, and if you do, then the helicopter arrives and you went to victory, and any humans that were still alive at, by that time won. But that isn't always the case, and often at the big ones it won't be the case. And so going to those events trying to win isn't really the right attitude. The attitude you should go with is, I'm going to have fun, and then do so. Also, honesty. Take your hits. If somebody manages to tag you, take the tag. If a player, a human, manages to hit you, take the hit. If there is any question as to whether or not that you tagged them before they tagged you, do a rock-off. It's the simplest way, just paper, rock, scissors, and abide by the result. Alternatively, I would kind of, as a zombie, favor giving it to the humans because you have infinite lives. But if you're sure you got them, you can take it to a mod if you see someone who keeps refusing, just will not take their hits, or if you see a zombie that no matter how many times you hit them, they keep running. Yeah, there are times when you should probably take it to a mod because they're now detracting from other people's fun. But in general, it's a game. Have fun with it. So that's my advice for general HvZ playing, especially for those of you who have never played it before. I had fun with this. This was silly. Now, let's get to the serious loadout stuff. The serious. Serious. Thank you for watching.